2017 Born Free Reign, and it's built on the Mercedes chassis. Right as you walk in is the living area. Above the steps are the control panels. All the breakers are on the left and they're clearly labeled, which is nice. There is the water heater, the tank level monitor, as well as the water pump, the Cummins own generator start and stop button with the total hour reader. I love that this is on the inside because in our coach I have to send Joe outside to give me the reading on our generator hours. And then lastly, more breakers on the right. And next to the overhead kitchen cabinet is the Weingard satellite system, and above that is the TV antenna. From what I can see, all the lights in here are LED, and there are vents that run down the middle of the RV. These seats are really comfortable. It's really soft leather. Behind me is the driving compartment, of course, but these front seats do swivel, which is always nice. And I'm actually really comfortable. Sometimes when you swivel these front seats over, your legs are like this because of the height difference between the floor and the driving compartment, but this is really nice. It's quite comfortable. And apparently they do have clip-on shades for the front windows for privacy, so you don't have to sleep with everyone watching. And in this unit, instead of the cab over bunk bed, they went with storage. So there's 2 storage compartments up front, and in that cabinet over there is a ton of storage. Plus a TV that swivels. And this is always nice because, and as you know, we don't like to strain our necks when we're watching TV in our coach. In addition to the TV up front, there is a stereo with 2 speakers. I've never seen that before. But right over here is a 2-person couch. It does lay down flat into a queen size bed, I believe. And so instead of a bedroom in here, the couch converts into the bed. I do like the big window. It's some cross ventilation. There's also a window over there. And 2 big windows behind me. These are MCD shades. There is a sunshade and a nightshade. Right above the couch are 3 cabinets for storage. And there's a pretty good amount of room in there. And next to the couch is the dining area. What I like about this layout is it's not a dinette. It's a table and chairs. And there are 4 chairs in here. And it's really roomy. I would say that this table is very high for where their chairs comes up. It would be a bit uncomfortable. I would probably get chairs that are a bit taller so that it's more comfortable to sit here. But this feels roomier than our dinette, and I don't think there's a problem fitting 4 adults in here for dinner. 2 of these chairs do fold up, so you can always store those if you don't need it. There are 2 little cabinets against the wall. They're not very deep. It's just for little trinkets like extension cords or stuff like that. One interesting thing is the closest outlet I can find is actually on the wall behind me. And there are 2 outlets here plus 2 USB plugs. Now I do like this little rack here. You can put some stuff in there. Although I would prefer to have the magazine rack, then you can just put your laptop or something big in there. Across from the living area is the kitchen, my favorite part. There is a giant overhead storage compartment in here. And then another access point on this side, and it does pass through. One thing I love is the big window. I love to be able to have a view when I'm cooking, and I really like this. But the other thing I like is the sink. So it's Corian countertop, but what I love is it's one big sink. And I think we've mentioned this before, instead of having 2 sinks, we would prefer a big one. And this is quite deep, so I really like this. The faucet does come out, and there are different sprayer settings on here. And right below the sink is a little cubby hole. And then below the sink is a nice storage unit. This is definitely big enough to hide our trash can. Don't have a storage unit like this. So this is something that I really appreciate. Now right over here is a 2-burner gas stove. And it looks like they use dovetailing on their drawers, which is really awesome. That means they don't just staple it together, and this thing is solid. It's always important to have ventilation in the kitchen, and right above is the fantastic vent. And for those of you who know how much I love to make waffles, it's very important to have outlets in the kitchen. I did find an outlet right below the gas range, so I can plug my waffle iron in here and set it on the kitchen counter and have waffles. Now I do like the placement of this microwave convection oven. It's right above the fridge. And for me, since I am taller, it's not a problem accessing this. I'm 5'8" and a half. I would say if you're shorter than me, you might have a little trouble. I mean, I can reach to the end of this microwave, but some people might need a step ladder. And right behind here is a pretty awesome pantry. There is a latch over here that you have to push to allow this to slide out. But I love this. You can put all kinds of stuff in here and it looks like it's adjustable. So you can put spices, bottles of wine, big jars of who knows what. You never know what you need, but this is pretty awesome. And it looks like you can add more shelving as well. And the thing that I do like is this locks into place. So when you're driving on a bumpy road, this isn't gonna come flying open. And next to the pantry is a really large storage unit. I mean, this is pretty impressive. This is a rear bath unit. There is an RV toilet, pretty standard. But cool thing is there's a little shelf here and you pull it up, it locks in place. Now when you're in the bathroom, you can have more shelf. I think that's a really smart idea. There's a small stainless steel sink, a towel rack. There is overhead storage, more like a medicine cabinet for all of your stuff. I love the big rear window in the bathroom. And this one is huge. It's a giant rear window, but also an escape hatch. And I know just by looking at it, we probably won't have nearly as much trouble climbing out of this one if we needed to. The best part is it opens. Now for an RV this size, I'm surprised at how roomy the shower is. I can put my elbows out and they're not touching. Might be a different story for Joe. There's more headroom than I expected, and it's got a little pull-over door. Now this is a nice shower head. This is probably one of the nicest ones I've seen on an RV this size. And it does come out so you can do your rinsing. Across from the shower is a giant closet. You can hang a lot of stuff in here, and it's really deep. There's also a little cabinet next to it that's just as deep. There is a drawer below the giant cabinet, and right below that is a compartment for the water filter. There is one outlet in the bathroom. It's right below the sink, and right above the bathroom is another fantastic vent. And if Joe really upsets me, I can just close this door on him. And I have to say, I really like this full-length mirror. We don't have one in our coach. Every once in a while, you want to know what you look like, top to bottom. Sorry about all the plane noise. We are at the AA AirVenture Oshkosh show, but right outside this unit is a flat screen TV with a stereo system and 2 speakers. Right below it is a pretty decent storage unit. All right, moving back towards the coach. There's another storage unit in here. Hopefully this is enough room for all of Joe's tools. There's a tall storage unit back here. Really good room. You could put golf clubs in here, maybe your inflatable paddle board, some other stuff that can go in here. Coming to the back of the RV, there is a 5,000-pound hitch, a 30-amp plug-in for the RV, and there is no ladder back here. Now on the rear driver's side of the coach is the wet bay. And right next to that is the emergency shutoff and the LP fill. Now under the big slide, you have the battery bank and the inverter. This is the first Born Free we've ever checked out. I did take a look at the paper with all the different layouts, and although this is not the layout I would prefer because of the bed situation, when you live full-time, having a jackknife bed might be a little tricky, but it is really well built. There are solid wood cabinets, the drawers are dovetailed, they have 3 roll bars across the RV for safety, and they make their own fiberglass in-house. Now MSRP for this coach is $140,000. It is on the Mercedes chassis. I am really curious to check out more of their RVs. Hopefully they'll be at an RV show soon and we can take a look at more of the layouts, especially one without slides.
As Kate mentioned, the air show is still going on. There are a lot of planes flying in the background. She just went through a new Born Free. I'm actually standing in front of a used Born Free. This is a 2013, it's 4 years old, but it's built on the 4x4 Ford F550 Diesel chassis. This is what I really like. It's diesel, it's like a small Super C, and the best part is it doesn't have any slides. I walked in, the layout is awesome, and we'll take you through a quick walkthrough of this one as well. First impression of this is wow. Both of us really like the woodwork that's in here. This is all solid wood, and I really like the natural look of all this wood. Again, this is built on a Ford F550 4x4 diesel chassis, so there is going to be a ton of carrying capacity on this, as well as tow capacity. Now this unit does have the 3 roll bars that Born Free builds into their RVs to protect you in a rollover. They also use 3/4 inch furniture grade plywood for a nice sturdy wall. Back here, there is a lot of storage there. Even more on this side. You also have outlets back here, along with all your connections for the TV. There are small storage units here on the side for remotes, keys, things like that. There is a big window over here, one next to the kitchen, and this unit also has dual ACs, so there is one for the bedroom area and one for the living space. There aren't any slides in here, but there is a lot of room. The ends of this couch actually pull out, so you have a bit more room when they're pushed in. That side's in, this side is out. But with no slides, I have a ton of room to walk through in here. There's a nice sized kitchen. There's a microwave, quite a few cabinets, lots of drawers. And keep in mind, this is 4 years old, and in all honesty, it looks brand new to the both of us. Lots of cabinet space. Wow. Yeah, lots of cabinet space in here. They even put a clothes rod in here so you can hang stuff if you wanted to. There's also a standard RV fridge. And then if you come into the bedroom, this is an interesting layout because I've never seen this before, but there's a door here. The toilet and the sink are off here on the side. The shower is right here, and then you have the bed. But again, this is a queen size bed, and it's actually a walk around. So I can come all the way over to the side, and I don't have to crawl over Kate to get out of bed. And the nice thing about this is, again, no slides in here. So they've made great use of the space. There's a fan right above the bed. So that's not only going to give you ventilation for the bathroom, but it's also going to give you ventilation when you're asleep at night. Big windows on either side of the bed, a big window on the back. This is an emergency exit, so it doesn't have a screen or anything on it. You can't open it without letting bugs and stuff in, but you have the 2 big windows, so that makes up for it. Now here in the bedroom, there's a nice sized TV right above the bed. Lots of cabinet space above the bed. Alongside, there's a Blu-ray player here, a little bedside table, and then underneath here, there's 2 sets of outlets along with your switches, so you can plug stuff in, charge it up, and little cubby holes down here for additional storage. This is really nice. This is the type of RV that we're really looking for. Now in the bedroom area, there's a really nice sized shower here. Plenty of room for someone like me, and this is actually the same size shower we have in our Class A RV. In here is the toilet and the sink. This is a solid door. There's a mirror on the inside and plenty of room in here. There's an additional fan in here. There's also one in the bedroom, but toilet on this side, small sink, medicine cabinet, storage underneath, and another outlet. Now this unit is used, and unfortunately they've already sold it, but I think this is one of the best layouts we've seen in a Super C without slides. I I mean, you just can't find RVs these days without slides. There are a few companies that do make them. We're going to be checking them out. So far, this is our favorite layout. It's a little bit longer than we want, but I think it's something we would seriously consider going forward. The great thing about Born Free is their RVs are completely customizable. I just spoke to Brandon and he told me they're working on their first ever Murphy bed. Now imagine that bedroom with a Murphy bed, so we could convert it into an office during the day, bedroom at night. That would be perfect for us.
Hi, I'm Brandon with Born Free RV.
I'm Julie.
Born Free is a small Class C manufacturer based in Humboldt, Iowa. My grandfather started the business in 1946. We started building RVs in 1969, and since then we've built a reputation as being a manufacturer of high-end Class Cs, and each coach is customizable to customer-specific desires. So you can customize just about anything. We've had people ask us to build an RV around their armchair, and so we had to build one with that in mind, and he brought us the Lazy Boy and we put it in here before the walls even went up to make sure it would go in. So if you want one right away, they're at our dealers all along the coast. If you're in the Midwest, you can order through the factory. Usually takes 9 to 12 weeks to get one built. Just depends on what you're looking for.